I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Governor of the State of Illinois has declared a gubernatorial disaster proclamation in response to the COVID-19 outbreak, and all of the city of Elmhurst is covered by the disaster area. In light of the ongoing COVID-19 outbreak, the mayor of the city of Elmhurst has determined that an in-person meeting for the September 7 city council meeting may not be practical or prudent in light of the disaster. All of the aldermen of the city council participating in the September 7 city council meeting, wherever their physical location, shall be verified and determine that they can hear one another and can hear the discussion and testimony during the meeting. We do not have any aldermen dialing in, do we? We do not. All right. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Kolumski?
Here.
Jensen? Here. Paluto? Absent. Cahill?
Here.
Nudira?
Here.
Park?
Here.
Conquest?
Here.
Vestido?
Here.
Mulliner? Absent. Brennan?
Here.
Remus?
Here.
Deuter?
Here.
Dunn?
Here.
Hill? Absent. We have 11 present and 3 absent.
11 present, 3 absent. We have a quorum. Announcements. I have a couple. The Craft Beer Fest, sponsored by the History Foundation. Am I saying that right? Historical Foundation, all right. Is September 18th, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock for any aldermen who want to be a celebrity. This is your opportunity to volunteer and be a celebrity beer pourer. If you feel that it's a little bit too taxing to do that, there are other volunteer positions where your celebrity status will carry over. So see the city manager or Kathy Jordan, but your volunteer support is always appreciated. And to those who are not, who are going to be too busy partaking, it's a great event. Raises a lot of money for the museum educational programs, the one room schoolhouse. So I hope you can all attend that. On 9/11, we'll have a 20th anniversary remembrance at Fire Station 2. That'll be at 8:30. That's the one that's south on York Road. That be a very important commemorative event. I think those are the 2 announcements I have. Anyone else have an announcement? Report home?
Oh, I was going to do that in my report.
All right, very good. No other announcements. We will move on then to agenda item 4, receipt of written communication from the public. Is there anyone that has a written communication that they would like to deliver to the council? If so, please raise your hand. There being none, we will move on to item 5.1, public forum. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to address the council on any topic they wish. Out of respect for the business we must conduct and other people who might be wanting to comment, we ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes. And when you step forward to the microphone over there to my right, please state your name. Address is optional, so we may follow up with you if you want to give your address. Clerk, do we have any one signed up?
Yes, we do. Claude Pagache.
Claude Pagache, 566 West Gladys, Elmhurst. One of my favorite subjects over the year, the water bill. We get our water from the DuPage County water system. Reason, water table in this area has dropped. It's dropping further west too. City supplies the DuPage County water system. I paid him, and I pay him at the rate of $4.97 a thousand. That starts the bill. Well, then I also pay the city for what I already paid for. And that works out to $6.13, because the city was kind enough to add $1.16 to the price that the DuPage County water system is charging. So we kind of combined the two. I am now up to $11.10. That's per thousand, which started out as $4.97. But that doesn't complete the bill. City decided they have to add another $33. Yes, they did. So when you take that into account, winds up to be another $8.63. So what started out as $4.97, the city is collecting $19.75 a thousand. There's all reasons for it, gentlemen and ladies. Put mains in the street and they don't last for centuries. I can understand that. But who is adding this $1.15? It wasn't $1.15 on the other water bills. The city keeps on adding to it. And that's all clear money, because I've already paid for the water. And unfortunately for the residents of Elmhurst, they also pay the water for the schools. It's in their budget. City collects on it. Park district, residents pay for it. All I'm interested in is why the city keeps on adding. It started out at less than $1.15, but they've been nickel and diming it. And then when you look at what the final cost of 1,000 gallons is, you got the people where you want them. They can't go to Jules with a semi and get a semi-load of bottled water. So maybe you ought to explain this, Bill, because people just wind up paying it because they have no choice.
Mr. Pargash, you're past your 3 minutes. Please wrap up your
Yeah, I
comments.
know, Mayor. So somebody start telling me who decides about adding another $1.15, $1 this, and that's all clear money to you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Pargash. Any additional?
We have Grant Dungan.
Mr. Dungan, thank you.
Good evening, City Council. Thank you for allowing me to step up here. Just wanted to thank everyone that's came out to Eggleston for the Roberto's project and saw our side of things. A lot of you have came out. For those of you that haven't came out, I'd really appreciate it if you could. I'll be reaching out to some of you that I haven't already. It's a very important issue to hundreds of people that have signed our petition all over the city, not just within our little neighborhood, that we feel is being affected. We believe that it will change Elmhurst forever. It will open up Pandora's box to do things that you don't want to have happen. So if you please could come out, we really appreciate it. And thank you so much for your time. And also, if you could read over the majority report of by the committee, the zoning committee, that voted down last week. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Mr. Dungan.
No other.
All right, is there anyone else in the audience who wants to address the council but didn't have the opportunity to sign in? All right, we will close public comment. We're going to move on to the consent agenda. Is there any alderman who has an item on the consent agenda that they want to remove from it, either to vote no or for more full discussion? Alderman Honquist?
Yes, Mayor, 6.13.
6.13. Anyone else? Alderman Dunn?
Yes, 6.9.
6.9. Anything else? All right, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda minus items 6.9 and 6.13? Alderman Deuter with a second by Alderman Brennan.
Can I make a statement about 6.16? Yeah, before we vote.
All right. All right,
Read through it first, right?
yeah,
Oh,
well,
you're going to read them first. I apologize.
well, it doesn't matter. We've got two things that'll take a little time. You want to do yours
Oh,
first?
sure.
Go ahead.
This won't take long. I did want to, with respect to item 6.16, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a settlement agreement, point out that there is a settlement agreement between the city and Elmhurst Memorial Hospital for water usage. And the settlement agreement provides that the hospital will be paying the city $450,000 for the disputed water usage.
So clerk, if you want to read the consent agenda minus items 6.9, 6.13, and 6.16 that we just covered.
Minutes of the exec session of the Elmhurst City Council on August 16th, 2021. Minutes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on August 16th, 2021. Accounts payable September 2nd, 2021 for $4,587,511.65. A report for TIF request for 240 West Lake Street. A report for Illinois 83 and Riverside Drive feasibility study.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
A report for propane vehicle conversions. Report for purchase of LED lights. Report for meeting leadership in absence of the mayor. Report for firewall purchase. And then an ordinance amending sections 4.05 entitled Public Arts Commission and section 4.09 entitled The City of Elmhurst and Elmhurst College Commission of Chapter 4 entitled Boards and Commissions of the Municipal Code, Ordinances of the City of Elmhurst, Illinois. An ordinance amending Chapter 5 entitled Streets, Alleys, and Sidewalks of the Municipal Code of the City of Elmhurst in order to establish and regulate the public arts mural program. A resolution authorizing the rental of floor mats for the various municipal locations throughout the City of Elmhurst. A resolution approving an agreement between the City of Elmhurst and the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 150, Public Employee Division 2021 through 2026. And
Okay, so the motion is for the approval of the consent agenda minus items 6.9 and 6.13. The consent agenda does include the settlement with the hospital. Call the roll, please.
Palumski.
Aye.
Jensen. Toledo, absent. Cahill.
Aye.
Nudira.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Mulliner, absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Marimas.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Dunn.
Aye.
Hill, absent. 11 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent.
11 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent. The consent agenda passes. Item 6.9, clerk, please read the title.
The American Rescue Plan, ARP Act of 2021.
All right. To put this before the council, can I have a motion? Alderman Dunn, a second. Alderman Jensen. Alderman Dunn.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I pulled this report just to provide a little additional focus on it. It is kind of a big deal, getting $6.4 million. We appreciate the generosity of our federal government through the American Rescue Plan this past year. Very large amount of money was allocated to the municipalities, states, municipalities, and we started talking about this several months ago. The initial figure first was about $5.8 million, but when the It was determined that the townships were not going to get direct funding. That would be through the states. Our share actually went up a bit to 6.4 million. So this will be, we will get this in 2 allocations, or trenches, as the government likes to call it. The first one we already got last month. We actually had a check for $3.2 million, and the next one will arrive around the same time next year in August. So the committee looked at this potential funding, reviewed with staff the restrictions on it. So there were some restrictions. You couldn't defer taxes. You couldn't pay down debt with it. You couldn't pay for legal settlements. So, a couple things that you couldn't spend it on, but there was a lot of areas where you could. And some key ones were replacing lost revenue, which we had plenty of that, along with investing in infrastructure and projects such as stormwater, IT, and parking systems. So the committee reviewed what we thought were important areas to invest in, that the council would be accepting of, and the public, and we came up with some criteria, just some guidelines for staff to go ahead and put together a spending plan associated with that. So it came down to a couple main areas: IT investments. We've been putting off an ERP investment for many years, and this is going to be very, very beneficial to the operating efficiency of the city. Our parking structures, our revenue obviously has been down significantly because of the metro traffic being down. The parking revenues have been down significantly, and those continue to weather, and they need to be maintained. So those were a couple projects there. And then finally, some stormwater projects. So in all, that's about $12 million on those projects. And the intent is to spend it this year and next. We have until the end of 2024 to spend that, to 4 years approximately. But these are critical projects, and the plan is to go ahead and get those done in the next 2 years. So just wanted to give some more background, ask for your support on this report.
Thank you, Alderman Dunn. Any discussion on this item? All right. Call the roll, please.
Palomsky,
Aye.
Jensen. Toludo, absent. Cahill.
Aye.
Nudira.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Mulliner, absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Verimus.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Dunn.
Aye.
Hill, absent. 11 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent.
11 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent. Item 6.9 passes. On to item 6.13. Clerk Moen, would you read the title?
An ordinance extending temporary executive powers pursuant to Section 3.16 of the Elmhurst Municipal Code and pursuant to 65 ILCS 5/11-1-6.
All right, may I have a motion to put this before the council? Alderman Honquist, second Alderman Brennan. Alderman Honquist, you pulled it. I'll deliver it to you.
Thank you, Mayor. I pulled this tonight. I'm going to vote against this, not because I have concern about Mayor Levin's leadership or in particular this particular ordinance, but in general, I'm at a point where I think we need to stop doing emergency power acts and mandates, and as an elected official, I think I speak for others, we're going to have to learn to live with COVID as we go forward, and that's my opinion on it, and that's why I'm voting against it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Honquist. Other discussion? All right, Clerk Malone, if you'd call the roll.
Palumski,
No.
Jensen,
Aye.
Toludo, absent. Cahill,
Aye.
Nudira,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Conquest,
No.
Bastido,
Aye.
Mulliner, absent. Brennan,
Aye.
Barimus,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Dunn,
Aye.
Hill, absent. I have 9 ayes, 2 nays, 3 absent.
9 ayes, 2 nays, and 3 absent, and item 6.13 passes. On to item 7, reports and recommendations of appointed elected officials. Mayor Levin, I've covered most of what I had under announcements. I will say I was asked to help out, as was Alderman Bastido. We divided between pie, ribs, and chicken. I took 2 out of those 3 as celebrity judges, as Q for a Cause. It was a great event. I want to congratulate them. They did a very fine fundraiser, and I think it was quite successful. Nothing else. Alderman, I'm sorry, you're not an alderman yet. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. A few things. The Tribune recently carried a very nice article on the new sculpture that will be dedicated at an open house on September 17th at 4 p.m. That is the Portal sculpture. It is located at the Larch Pocket Park across the street from the train station. Invite everybody there, as well as the public. Next item, the York High School Stormwater Project. I am very pleased to report that all of the pieces are in. And we have been, I saw trucks lined up on St. Charles today. We have been pouring stone on top of that so that we can get it ready to turn it over to the school district in short order for the AstroTurf to be put on top of that, and that project finished. I want to thank the school district for the cooperation. I really want to say thank you to Stan Balicki's team, Kent Johnson, Aaron Gonnett. They really kept that moving as best they could. We had that little glitch with the supplier, but other than that, the project went very well, and it's thanks to their coordination. We appreciate that. And then the last item I have is ordinarily tonight would have been neighborhood roll call, but because we moved our council meeting to Tuesday, we moved the neighborhood roll call to Wednesday so that those who wanted to attend from the dais could do that. It will be held at Poplar and Cayuga/Wilson in the 6th Ward, and that'll be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Unfortunately, it will be the last one of the season due to daylight requirements. But I'm very pleased to report that nearly 900 citizens participated in neighborhood roll calls this year. So that'd be great. If we can get those 6th Ward people out and get up to 1,000, that would be incredible. I'm looking at the 6th Ward alderman here. But I really want to thank Chief Ruth and Deputy Chief McLean for their efforts to put that together, bring it back this year. I know I've seen Commander Gandy and Sergeant Schweik, Commander Rifkin out there really engaging with the residents. I think it's a great program and appreciate all their efforts on that. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, City Manager. Any other reports or recommendations from anyone else on the dais? All right. Item 8, other business. Is there any other business to be brought before the council? There being none, I would move to item 9. May I have a motion to adjourn? Alderman Honquist, second Alderman Cahill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None opposed. We're adjourned. Thank you.